A doctor about my age dropped dead mowing his lawn last week. He used to be thin and healthy. Somewhere along the way, around the COVID years, his health slipped. He gained weight, his trajectory changed. And then, suddenly, there was no more time. I do not want to be that guy. I'm a physician, I know the risks, but knowing better doesn't automatically mean doing better. And this video is not about panic. It's not about blaming him. It's not about pretending one event tells the whole story. This is about course correction before life forces one on ye. Because the scariest thing about health decline is that it can feel normal right up until it becomes an emergency. Most health disasters don't start as disasters. They start as drift. A few pounds, then a few more. A little more fatigue, a little less movement. A blood pressure number that's not terrible, just higher than it used to be. Sleep that isn't awful, just not restorative. A walk that leaves you more winded than it should. Labs that aren't catastrophic, just creeping in the wrong direction. And because none of it feels like a crisis, we make a deal with ourselves. I'll fix it later. After this project, after this season, after this surgery, after this stressful event, after retirement. Later. But later is not a plan. I know this because I've lived it. I used to run marathons. My fastest was under 4 hours. I knew what it felt like to be leaner, fitter, and more capable. Then COVID happened. The marathon I was training for was canceled. The ICU became heavier. I saw more death than I ever wanted to see. Then I got COVID pneumonia, and my lungs took a hit. Running stopped being part of my rhythm. Then prostate cancer happened. Surgery happened. Recovery happened. Hormones changed. Weight crept up. And somewhere in all of that, I became someone I did not fully recognize. Not overnight. That's the point. Drift rarely feels dramatic while it's happening. It feels like life. It feels like being tired. It feels like having responsibility. It feels like being almost fine. And there's a dangerous comfort in being almost fine. My trombone teacher used to tell me, good is the enemy of greatness. Back then, he was talking about music. Don't settle for decent when you could reach for greatness. Don't confuse acceptable with excellent. Don't stop just because nobody else can hear what's missing. But here's the thing. He was also not talking about music. And now I hear that listen differently. In health, almost fine can become the enemy of fully alive. Almost fine lets you explain away the weight gain. Almost fine lets you normalize the fatigue. Almost fine lets you ignore the blood pressure creeping up. Almost fine lets you stop checking your labs. Almost fine lets you avoid the walk because you don't want to feel how winded you've become. Almost fine tells yourself you're not sick enough to change, until suddenly you wish you had changed earlier. Now let me be clear as a physician. An unexpected medical event isn't always predictable. It isn't always preventable. We don't get to look at someone's story and assume we know exactly what happened or why. That would be irresponsible. But it would also be irresponsible to feel that warning and do nothing with it. So here's the honest question I'm asking myself, and maybe you need to ask it too. Where am I ignoring my own warning signs? Not because I'm panicking, because I'm paying attention. If your weight is climbing up, that's information. If your waist is growing, that's information. If your blood pressure is higher than it used to be, that's information. If you're tired all the time, that's information. If you snore, wake up unrefreshed, or just need caffeine just to feel human, that's information. If your A1C, triglycerides, liver enzymes, cholesterol, or kidney function are moving in the wrong direction, that's information. If climbing stairs feels different than it did 5 years ago, that's information. None of those things mean you're doomed, but together they may be telling you something important. Your trajectory has changed, and trajectory matters. One bad meal is not the issue. One skipped workout is not the issue. One rough night of sleep is not the issue. The issue is the direction. Are you drifting toward strength or away from it? Are you becoming more capable or less capable? Are your habits protecting your future or quietly spending it? That's the point of living strong. Not perfection, not panic, rebuilding. And rebuilding doesn't have to start dramatically. In fact, it probably shouldn't. Start with the truth. What is one warning light that you've been ignoring? Your weight, your sleep, your blood pressure, your stamina, your labs, your consistency. Pick one. Then take the next honest step. Schedule the appointment. Check the blood pressure. Look at the labs. Walk for 10 minutes. Eat protein first. Stop drinking calories. Go to bed earlier. Lift twice a week. Start where you are, not where your ego thinks you should be. I used to run marathons. Right now, part of my rebuilding is accepting the mile I can finish today, not worshiping the mile I used to run years ago. That's not failure, that's honesty. And honesty is where rebuilding starts. I don't want to be the doctor who knew better and still ran out of time. I don't want my obituary to teach the lesson I was supposed to live. And I do not want that for you either. So if this hits close to home, don't just feel it and move on. Do something with it. Pick one thing, one warning light, one next step. Write it down, then act on it. Because almost fine is not the goal. Fully alive is the goal. Let's rebuild. One choice, one rep, one truth at a time. I'm Doc Strong, and this is Living Strong.